Hi guys! In this video, we're going to create a new project and make a basic drum beat. I find it's a good idea to get a basic beat up and running right away, as it helps you feel the pulse of the track as you work on it. To make sure we're all starting from the same blank slate, let's create a new project using one of the project templates included with FL Studio. Go to File, New from Template, Minimal, and select the Basic with Limiter project. Later on, you might want to explore the other templates or even create your own, but for now, this will do just fine. You should now see something similar to my screen. This is the channel rack where you load your instruments. If you can't see it, hit F6 to open it. You can also open it from the View menu or the toolbar, but I'd suggest you use the keyboard shortcuts because they're much faster. We have 4 drum sounds loaded as instruments in the channel rack: a kick, clap, hat, and snare. These are routed to the first 4 tracks in the mixer, as we can see from the numbers on the left. Click on an instrument in the channel rack to open it. Our instruments are all samples loaded in FL Studio's sampler instrument. You can preview the sample by clicking on the waveform here. We'll be using these drums to make our beat, but before we do that, let's set the song's tempo. At the top of the screen is the toolbar. This is where we can set the tempo, which is how fast our track is. The tempo is measured in BPM, or beats per minute. I'm going to set the BPM to 128. There are a few ways to do this. Hover your mouse over the BPM and use your scroll wheel to increase or decrease the value. Keep the mouse to the left of the decimal place to increase or decrease by 1. If you move the cursor to the right of the decimal point, you will only make very small changes. Click and drag up or down to raise or lower the value. Right-click the BPM and choose the Type in Value option. Type in the BPM directly. Set your BPM using one of these methods. Also shown in the toolbar is the name of the pattern we are currently working on. Pattern 1 is the name of the pattern created automatically when you start a new project. Patterns, along with audio clips, are the basic building blocks of a track. If you have more than one pattern, you can also select patterns here. Okay, let's make that drum pattern. The little boxes on the right of the channel rack are the step sequencer. This is where we will program our beat. Each little box is called a step, and there are 16 of them. These steps are grouped into 4 beats, which are color-coded. Each beat is made up of 4 steps. Together, these 4 beats, or 16 steps, form what we call a bar in music. To place a drum hit, click on the step. To remove a hit, right-click on it. For now, we are going to create a very basic 4-to-the-floor beat. Add kicks on each beat, like so. Use the color coding to help you place them. Add 2 snare hits on beats 2 and 4. To make our life easier with the hi-hats, right-click on the hi-hat instrument in the channel rack and select Fill each 2 steps. We could also have done this for the kick, filling every 4 steps instead of 2. Now that we have a beat, let's listen to it. Click the play button in the toolbar or hit space on your keyboard. Hit the space bar again to stop playing. A little indicator at the bottom of the step sequencer shows where we are in our sequence as it plays. If you don't hear anything and don't see the position indicator moving, make sure you are in pattern mode. You can either click on Pat or hit L to toggle between pattern and song mode. You can edit the pattern while it is playing. Try playing the pattern and adding or removing some hits to see how they sound. Remember, click to add a hit, right-click to delete a hit. We can also change the BPM while the beat is playing. Feel free to set the tempo to something you like the sound of. I'm going to stick with 128. Let's hit Ctrl+S to save the project. The first time you save a project, you need to choose a folder and enter a name. Give your track a cool name and save the project. From now on, you can simply hit Ctrl+S to save the file under the same name. Save early, save often. Take some time to play around with your beat in the step sequencer. When you're done, I'll see you in the next video where we'll be moving beyond a single one-bar loop and creating an arrangement in the playlist.